What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me right here at my YouTube channel. This is where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. And right now, I'm going to give you guys my review of the new Amazon Prime original movie, The Tomorrow War. The Tomorrow War starring Chris Pratt. Now, this was a movie that I was actually very much looking forward to. Number one, I love Chris Pratt. I think he's a good dude. I think he's funny. I think that he's got a lot of charisma. But number two, I'm a big science fiction fan. And I also like time travel movies. And this kind of encompassed all that. I also like alien attack movies. So this definitely checked a lot of my boxes. And I know that a lot of people, this was a very mixed review movie. You know, I could tell. Like, a lot of people really liked it, and there were other people who didn't like it at all. Let me see what its Rotten Tomatoes is real fast. I'll be interested in seeing it. Is it fresh? Is it not fresh? I don't know. Let's see. My guess is it's not fresh. All right, yeah, 53%. So literally about half the people, about half the critics liked The Tomorrow War. Now, the audience score is 79%, so it has a fresh audience score. But the critics, only about half the critics liked it. And that's kind of where I thought it would fall, is about half and half. For me, I fall on the half that liked it, guys. Like, I thought that it was a really cool take on an alien attack film. And I like the way that the movie is broken into parts. Like, you've got the initial first contact scene where they first have contact with the time travelers, and then you've got the building assault scene, and then the movie moves through these big set pieces, almost like chapters in a book. And what I really loved about it was the fact that since the movie progressed like chapters in a book, each one of these chapters kind of had within itself rising action, climax, falling action. Each one of these chapters did, which I thought was great. Even to the point where, we get to a point where they figure out how to stop the monsters. They figure out how to stop the aliens, and there's this big action sequence in the future, and they end up sending Chris Pratt back in time with the solution, but the movie's not over yet. There's still a whole other section of the movie. And so here I'm thinking, wow, the movie's going to be over now, and then it progresses on with this whole other action-packed set piece where it really ties up a lot of loose ends. Not just a lot of loose ends in regards to bringing conclusion to the storyline of Chris Pratt, but also ties up loose ends with his father. And it also brought back characters from earlier in the movie and tied up those loose ends as well. Guys, this really felt more like a novel adaptation than an original screenplay. And because of that, I love the flow of it, I love the setup of it, and I just love the way that it was presented. Not all of it was perfect. There was some tonal issues, like there were some parts that really should have been very terrifying, and there's some people cracking some jokes, so there were parts of it that didn't exactly fit in with what was happening during the film, but that was easy enough to forgive because it is a Chris Pratt movie, and it is kind of a light-hearted science fiction slash... There are definitely horror elements in this, guys. There's no way I would call this a horror movie, but there are horror elements, especially with the creatures. The creature design was great, by the way. Creature design was great. Might be some of the best creature design since the Xenomorph, and I'm not even kidding. It was really good creature design. But overall, yeah, I really like The Tomorrow War. Chris Pratt gave a good performance, and there was definitely heart in this movie that I was not exactly expecting. There was relationship components that Chris Pratt had with his wife, that Chris Pratt had with his daughter when she was young, and his daughter when she was older, and because of that, those relationship components that this movie had, it had a great deal of heart, and and you felt really this movie in a lot of ways is about the bonds of family. Chris Pratt's relationship with his daughter, his relationship with his wife, and his relationship with his estranged father. And because it had those elements about relationship with family in the face of an apocalypse, I really I really gotta recommend this movie. Like, this movie wasn't just your science fiction, action packed adventure film with Chris Pratt comedy sprinkled in there. This movie had heart. This movie had something to say about family. This movie had something to say about legacy, about what are you going to leave behind. You know, what kind of story are you going to leave behind that people will tell of you. Um, it was a heavier movie than I expected it to be, and I think that there are those people out now. I'm sure there's people out there just didn't like it. You know, that's fine. That's fine. Film is subjective, but I think that some people who didn't like it might have missed some of the things it was trying to say about family and about legacy. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I really liked it. I thought it was really good. I'm going to give The Tomorrow War a B plus. It was a lot of fun, had a lot of heart, and it did everything right that was important. The monsters were scary. The action was fun. It had something to say about family, and it landed enough of the jokes. Not all the jokes landed, guys. Not all of them landed, but it landed enough of the jokes that you felt like you know, you laughed a little bit also. So, Tomorrow War, I'm gonna give it a B plus. I thought it was very pleasant surprise. So, what did you think of The Tomorrow War? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your take on it. While you're down there commenting, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out a lot of content. I want to make sure that you're up to date with everything that I'm doing. And as always, thank you so much for joining me right here at the LQ Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.